everyone! Today you're joining me in one of Surrey's most exclusive areas, the Crown Estate in Oxshott, where privacy, elegance and luxury converges. Behind these gates lies Avondale. It's not just a home, it's a statement, and it's been meticulously designed to offer not just space, but an experience. A place where high ceilings meets high standards, and I cannot wait to show you around, so get ready as we explore every inch of this incredible property. I'm Jasmine and you're watching The Luxury Home Show. We're going to kickstart the tour off here at the front where we have these electric gates accessing the long sweeping driveway. At the end we have a triple car garage and it's actually been measured. It can fit 3 large Bentleys inside it. It's got the roller top garage doors as well to save space, but if you actually look at the house, how incredible. This is definitely the best spot to get a glance at that facade. Now, I know what you're looking at because they're pretty hard to miss. Let's go take a closer look at those columns. Now, talk about this for a statement entrance. We have 2 huge columns on either side of me framing the entrance. They even span pretty much all the way to the top of the house. They must be about 4 times the height of me. They're absolutely insane and add that real kind of period charm to what is quite a new house. Now, before we head inside, we do have 12,500 square foot to explore, and the property is listed for £7.95 million with Fine and Country. So if any more details, you can find that down in the description below. But without further ado, let's head in. So here we are in the entrance hall. Now the first thing you'll definitely notice is this incredible spiral staircase. I mean, check it out. That is so stunning. It really is a showpiece for the home, especially as soon as you walk in. But here in the entrance hall, we have this gorgeous Italian imported stone tiles, and they're really nice and glossy. The ceiling heights throughout here and the ground floor are 3 meters. And when we walk into the rooms, you'll notice on some of the doors, you just see how high they are, and it's absolutely crazy. We have a great deal of natural light flooding into here too, just so you can get your bearings. We have the dining room over there, kitchen, kind of like a games room, Snug on this side. But first of all, I'm going to take you in to the study, which is just off the front door. So stepping into this room, we have some really nice natural light with the sash windows at the front. And I also really love this kind of false ceiling we have going on. You can see we've got the gorgeous cornicing up there, adding that elegant touch to the room. And it's worth noting that this house has been staged by Birkbeck Interiors, and Tom and I have toured quite a few of their projects. We've done one recently in London, which was a gorgeous penthouse, and we really love how they just kind of make it a bit more fun. It's not too minimal. They mix textures and colors really well without it being too overbearing, and they've done that perfectly throughout this house. But this is such a great spot to get some work done. I can imagine just sitting here doing some work on my brand new ASUS Zenbook, and that brings me nicely onto the sponsor of today's video. We're very excited to be working with ASUS for the launch of their brand new Zenbook S16, a sleek but sophisticated companion for your daily life. This laptop has been completely redesigned from the inside out. The whizzes over at ASUS have created a new high-tech ceramic called Ceraluminum, a hardy ceramic that allows for a minimal but strong design. All whilst weighing only 1.5 kg, it's seriously light. And at 1.1 centimeter thin, it's ideal for use on the go. With long-lasting battery life and fast charging, you'll never need to work in one spot for too long. Where the laptop really shines for me is the AI experience. So whether you're on a Zoom call with crystal clear quality, in a noisy cafe watching videos whilst your subtitles auto-generate in real time, or using the AI assistant to summarize those wordy paragraphs so you can fly through your work much faster. With the Zenbook S16, you don't even need a home cinema. With a 3K ASUS Lumina OLED screen and 6 speakers from Dolby Atmos and Harman Kardon, the immersive sound and vision gives you the full cinema experience. But if you need to keep a low profile and work quietly and efficiently, you can.
Oh, hey Jazz.
Oh, hi.
Didn't even hear you in here.
It's the quiet ambient cooling. I can work from anywhere. The laptops come in 2 colors. Zamaya Grey, influenced by the Flish Cliffs in Spain, And then Scandinavian white is inspired by the Arctic sun on snow. Hues found in nature give it neutrality and a feeling of calm. The design alone makes it the perfect home accessory. Make sure to check out our description box for any more information on the Zenbook S16. Thanks again to ASUS for sponsoring this video, and let's carry on with the tour. Okay, so out of the study, we're gonna head across and into our kitchen. Now, when we enter this space, we again have double doors, but I'm gonna pause here because I wanna show you the height of these doors. Oh, check that out, really emphasizing that 3-meter ceiling height, hey? But come on in. Now, I absolutely love the color palette throughout here. It's very warm and neutral. We've got the dark brown wooden cabinetry and then this lighter neutral shade on top of the island and these surfaces. Now, interestingly enough, we have our sink on the island and our gas hob over on the side. I know sometimes people like to switch that up, so which would you prefer? Would you prefer to have the gas hob on the island and the sink over here? Let us know down in the comments, and then obviously they have a gas hob, and you know me, love it. We have integrated Gag and Out appliances, so if I come over this side, you can see we've got our oven, microwave oven, etc., and then so much storage. This is our double fridge and freezer, but you can see we've got storage all the way up there as well, really making use of these tall ceilings. Same on this side. And then my favorite part is definitely this book matched marble. We actually have 4 slabs of it here, and it's creating a really nice pattern in the middle. It's almost like a piece of artwork in itself, just being there on the wall. It really is a center point to the kitchen. We've got beautiful pendant lights hanging above the central island, and as you can tell, just so much space. Through there, we actually have our utility room, so it's got like your laundry facilities, washing machine, dryer, also like more surface space. That's really handy to have just off of the kitchen. Now we're going to come over this way. We have lots of different seating arrangements in here. So we've got a kind of informal dining table, and oh my gosh, look at these chairs. Guys, I'm in boucle heaven today, by the way. As we go through the house, you'll notice what I mean, but starting here, love them. And then we do have our bar stools on this side. They're very cozy, aren't they? Very elegant bar stools. Oh, love them. I like the brass features on the bottom as well. But if we come behind here, we've kind of got a wall, like a divide, and then on the other side, another little snug section, which is nice. There's kind of different things you could do with this space. Maybe it could be another dining area that's just off the kitchen, but it feels quite cozy in here as it is. And I love that we've got access out to the garden. We've got loads of gorgeous doors with the glass, letting all that light flood on in. And then as we head around this corner, we come to my favorite part of the whole house, which is the swimming pool. But before we head in there, just got to point out the ceiling heights again, and also the cornicing and this beautiful curved wall. It's really modernist of this section, I suppose, to have that, and even on this side with the 3 windows. But this is one of my favorite pools I have ever seen, okay? Well, what do you think? Let us know down in the comments. Immediate reaction. Ah, it's so incredible. For one, the space is absolutely huge. The pool, so crisp, and I love the fact that we've got these dark blue mosaic tiles, really contrasting with kind of the colors in here, you know, like the muted purple, lilac we've got on the wall. Everything works together really nicely, and you can see the ceiling lights in here have just increased even more. So you've got a vaulted ceiling, a really interesting domed ceiling as well on that end with the bay windows, and you've even got a jacuzzi. Let's do a little spin. Wow, I can't get over this space. It's so beautiful, the symmetry in here. And then, like I said about being in boucle heaven, these are the best armchairs I've ever seen in my life. I might just stay in this room forever. Don't know about you guys, but you would not find me leaving here. And then I love how we've got these kind of travertine tiles on this wall as well, adding to that zen spa feel that you kind of really accomplish in here, especially with this down lighting as well and the up lighting. Now up there you can see we have some windows, and that actually leads into a gym space, which we'll check out very soon. But I like how that overlooks this kind of leisure suite as well. And we just have to have maybe a closer look at this hot tub, because I love it how it's sunken into the floor. We haven't got the bubbles on right now because it's quite noisy, but yeah, this is incredible. And it gets even better. Follow me. So through this door here, we actually have our spa facilities. So we've got dual showers here, and this is insane. So we've got all these small mosaic tiles all hand placed onto this wall. I love how it curves. It really gives you that moody vibe in here. Leads into our dual showers, like I said, and then around the corner, we have our steam room. Same tiles in here, but the whole thing's obviously been tiled. A really good addition to have, like in your spa, I can imagine in the winter, hopping in there, staying extra warm, and then yeah, we just have like a little cozy seating area here as well. And then just around the corner, I forgot to point it out as I came in because I was so excited, we've got our basin here, and then just a WC toilet in there. Okay, so just while we're here, I'll point it out. So this is a 2-story plant room. Lots of tech in this house, obviously, insulation and all that. And then we have a secondary staircase just here that leads up to the first floor. And then we also have side access to the property there. But let's head back into the entrance hall because there's so many more rooms I want to show you. Now, before I take you over to the other side of the house, we just have to talk about the staircase for another moment because it is just unreal. So the main structure is actually made out of steel, but when they added the stone onto it, they had to reinforce the steel because it was just so heavy. So they had to make the staircase even stronger. And as you can see, you need it because it is just literally hanging in there. Another thing I absolutely love about it is the glass. The inside balustrade especially is a good example of this because of how much it curves, and each panel of glass had to be bespoke made just for this staircase, you know, hitting the right angles and everything. So really good testament to the attention to detail on the staircase. And the addition of the dark wood handrails, I think, just brings everything together and makes it look perfect. If Chanel was to have a staircase, I can imagine it looking something a little bit like this, maybe in their big office. And then I also love the pendant lights that hang down the middle, kind of carrying on that curved motif. But I actually want to take you over there and show you the dining room, so follow me. Another great advantage of having the glass on the staircase is that the light can just flood on through. Say if it was plaster, I think the whole space would feel a lot darker. But this is our dining table. It's a 12-seater here at the moment, but you could definitely fit a bigger one in if you needed it. And I love this section here where we've got this kind of like a bay section with the curves. You've got doors leading out into the garden, and I love the detail on the cornicing throughout here. It's just so elegant, and we've even got speakers in the ceiling. Love the light hanging up above the table as well. It's worth noting we do have AC and underfloor heating, which is all controlled by separate zones. Now this is kind of like a little bar section here, so we've got a little table in the middle. But let me take you over here. This is another one of my favorite spots, and there's a lot of attention to detail here. For one, this marble is absolutely incredible, great choice. And then I also love these cupboards. They've got the dark tint on them, but they're also very reflective, and you can just about see the glasses inside and how they're lit up, which I really like. Now, just for a point of reference, these double doors here lead into the hallway, but we're actually going to head over this side where we have a kind of more formal reception room. Now, the ceiling in here is nothing short of amazing. We have a vaulted ceiling, and it's almost double the height as all the other rooms on the ground floor, and it's just a statement piece again. And we've got the 2 chandeliers hanging down. It just creates such a sense of like opulence and grandeur in here, which I think is really fitting for a formal sitting room. We've got our 2 sofas opposite each other, and then also 2 doors leading out to the garden. And it's worth noting we've got a rug in here because throughout this whole space, we've had this really nice switch to a dark brown hardwood flooring. And I think it does create a bit more of an intimate warmth throughout the spaces that I can imagine you'd be using more for interactions. For example, in the entrance hall and in the kitchen, you have that stone tiles, but in here where you'd be chilling out, it's a lot more warm. But through here, we have our first carpeted room, which is the games room. Now this room is super snug, and as you can tell, I'm gravitating towards this sofa because it's beautiful and it's boucle. Another one of my favorite pieces in here. And then behind we have a pool table, but like I said, this is more of a more intimate room. It's a bit more cozy. I think the size of it as well is smaller, but also because it's shut off, it's not open plan, does make it feel that more intimate. I can imagine having a huge TV or maybe a projector on that back wall. We do have the recessed lighting as well, adding that ambience, and lots of nice bespoke shelving behind. I think that's actually us done on the ground floor. So should we head up and check out the first floor? I think so. Let's go. coming up onto the first floor, the flooring from the hallway downstairs continues up here, and I love the high gloss of it, really bounces off all the different lights. Now up here we do have 6 bedrooms. The principal suite just to my left is furnished, however the others are not. Over on this side we have 2 bedrooms, both of which have en suites and face the front of the property, but I want to take you into this room first because it is just incredible. So we actually have 2 access points. I'm going to take you through into this one, which leads into this little dressing section. There's a nice desk space there for you to do your makeup. The bedroom itself is so bright and airy. Like I said, they really prioritized spaciousness throughout the design of this house, and it's so apparent in here. Look at the ceilings. Again, we have that vaulted style, and we're actually above the dining area, so we have that same bay window shape. Now, the best thing about this bedroom is that we have his and hers wardrobes and ensuite. So before we go into too much detail in here, I really want to show you those because it's always some of my favorite parts. So coming to this side, this is the, well, it could be either, but at the moment it's set up as his dressing room. So we have lots of nice bespoke storage in that dark wood again. And then through here, we have the ensuite. So we actually have this frosted glass pocket door that leads into the space. This is our second access point, so you can go out into the hallway. For reference, there's a staircase. Here we go, around the corner we have our shower and pretty much everything you need. We've got a very high glossy grey tile in here. It's a lot more moody, and then the shower is quite huge and it tucks around the corner. And then you've got a window obviously for light, but let's head on back out, because before we do head across there, I do want to point this out because I love this little seating section so much. You've got access out to a balcony, which I again just think is such a great addition. A lot of houses like this we go to, they don't actually have a balcony. It's maybe like a Juliet balcony. So that's a great little touch. And I also love how the curtain tracks are hidden by the lowered cornice. Just the little details that make all the difference. We've got another sofa area here, looking out through the sash windows. And the carpet in here is so lush, it really makes it feel super, super cozy. AC in here again. Come on through. This is absolutely incredible. You know it's a good dressing room if it has an island in the middle, which is exactly what this does. Staying with the same theme though with the wood, but this one obviously just has a lot more storage options. And trust me when I tell you, I would fill this space. I could. Oh, look at that. And it still smells brand new, which is great. And you even have some nice storage options as well. I'm just gonna open these up for you. Follow me down this corridor. It's quite interesting. So through here we have a secure room. You've even got a keypad, so for all your valuables, a safe, etc. can go in there. Now this ensuite is the complete opposite to the other side. It's so light and bright and airy. You've got the white marble tiles everywhere. We've even got a lovely freestanding bath on that side. Basin and toilet this way, and then a shower in the corner. What I also love is just the fact that we have a balcony. So imagine you've just got out of the shower, you've got your fluffy robe on, and you can head out there and just enjoy a morning cup of coffee. But come on, we're gonna head back out because there's another door at the end of the corridor. We do have a lock on this door, so you can completely shut this section off from the rest. So this was the secondary staircase I told you about when we were downstairs. And then over on this side, it leads in to, drum roll, our home gym. So this is the room. If I come over here, you can see we've got windows down to the pool. So you've got a lovely view over there. I think it's the perfect spot for a gym, but you could have it maybe as a bar. So the flooring is reinforced. You can have the weights in here or a bar, whichever you prefer. We've got skylights in here, the Velux window, just keeping it really bright. And yeah, perfect spot. We've even got the change in flooring in here just to separate the space off nicely. But follow me back out. So through here, we actually have an unfurnished room. I'll give you a quick glance. Here we go, we've got an ensuite around the corner, but this would actually be really good as say like a live-in nanny or maybe a cleaner, just because they do have that secondary access and you can shut this wing off from the rest of the house. And just so you can get your bearings, we're coming out now into the main hallway and we have another unfurnished bedroom through here. Let's check it out. They're all very great sizes and they feel a bit more intimate, but the ceilings are still only just under 3 meters. Through here, we have our ensuite. Again, sticking with that grey theme in here with the shiny marble tiles, which I absolutely love. And then we have our basin, and this one even has its own bath. So for reference, and then you come out of that room, we have another unfurnished bedroom there, but this one does have some really nice inbuilt storage and another ensuite. And then as you can see, we're by our staircase again. So that is the tour of the house complete, but it's now time to head in the garden and show you out there. So stepping out into the garden now from the dining area section, we have just under an acre on the plot here, and it's covered with loads of lovely shrubbery. We've got mature trees, which just makes the plot so private, and a great deal of lawn space too. If we look at the back of the house, I love the contrast between the red brick and the slate roof, and then you've got all of these doors accessing the garden from the ground floor. Just on that side, it leads out from the pool house, so imagine having those open in the summer and just splashing around in there and then coming out to sunbathe. It would be absolutely amazing. Now remember, the home is listed for sale with Fine & Country, so for any more information and to get in contact, you can find all those details down in the description below. Really appreciate those of you who have watched all the way through to the end of the video. Remember to subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye! Welcome to the Luxury Home Show. I'm Jazz, and in today's episode, I'm going to be showing you around Green Meadows, a masterpiece of architectural brilliance located here in the prestigious area of Hale, Greater Manchester. This 10,000 square foot Italianate villa is a true testament to luxury living.